A modest proposal. Christians should support abortion. It will get rid of all the right people. I'm Gary DeMar. Welcome to this edition of Vantage Point. I offer a modest proposal in support of abortion on demand in light of a call for population control, judges who strike down legislation stopping support of Planned Parenthood, and politicians who continue to support abortion on demand in the name of a woman's right to do what she wants with her own body. Population experts tell us that we are heading for critical mass where population growth will soon outpace food supplies. Water, arable land, and natural resources are in limited supply. Such concerns, we are told, affect us all, regardless of political affiliation. One mouth is just as hungry as another. One way to avert an overpopulation calamity is to shrink the population by proactive means. Some prominent billionaires have devoted their after-tax fortunes to such a task. But wouldn't it be best to eliminate only those who are true problems, those who lack social utility? I believe useless eaters is the appropriate phrase. A bit of discrimination is needed based on a studied statistical analysis. A simple assessment of purpose and need are in order to determine who should breed, all for a better world. By all means, a person's background and potential for contributing to society should be taken into account. Only the best people should be exempted from the weeding out process. No doubt we could convince a potential parent that their present sacrifice would result in a benefit for those who remain, including themselves. What groups commit the most crimes? What groups are a drain on tax dollars? There are other sensitive but necessary questions to be asked. In keeping with liberal policies, birth control methods of all kinds should be funded by tax dollars. Make them cheap and easy to procure. Now, if we can only get the right people to take them. Liberals should be the first to self-limit their progeny since abortion is their religion, and we don't want to discriminate on their right to exercise it. We should make every inhibitor to reproduction legal to them and those within their circle of influence. Of course, we'll look the other way if they choose some illegal methods. Anything to support their cause is in the picture. The public schools, bastions of liberal social thought, should hand out condoms by the truckload to anyone who wants them. Birth control should be ground up and placed in the school's drinking water. Christian kids, who have no business being there in the first place, should be warned, don't drink the water. The pill should be flavored like candy and passed out as rewards to students who can daily quote and practice the cardinal doctrines of political correctness, socialistic economic policies, and unbridled tolerance. School nurses should provide medical vouchers for vasectomies. We wouldn't want to discriminate based on sex. Only those who believe in the generosity of the paternal state should get one. Associate Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg said she believed the landmark Roe v. Wade decision on abortion was predicated on the Supreme Court majority's desire to diminish, and I'm quoting, diminish populations that we don't want to have too many of. Of course, there is nothing new in what Ginsburg said. The American Birth Control League, which eventually became Planned Parenthood, was founded for this very purpose. In 1939, Margaret Sanger, author of The Pivot of Civilization, started the Negro Project. She called on black preachers to support sterilization. Here's what she said: we should hire 3 or 4 colored ministers, preferably with social service backgrounds and with engaging personalities. The most successful educational approach to the Negro is through a religious appeal. We do not want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population, and the minister is the man who can straighten out that idea if it ever occurs to any of their more rebellious members. The authors of Freakonomics, which has sold more than 3 million copies, assert that there might be a link between legalized abortion and the reduction of crime. This is logical. If crimes are committed by people who are alive and you kill some of them before they can commit crimes, crime will be reduced. Since more crimes are committed by certain groups, it would be best to target those groups for abortions. This will mean fewer liberals and anti-Christians in the future. While pro-abortion liberals are doing the environmentally friendly and politically correct thing, Christian conservatives with their large families will dominate the culture in a generation or two. At least one very liberal columnist has noticed the problem. Here's what he says: for the past 30 years or so, conservatives, particularly those of the right-wing red state Christian strain, have been outbreeding liberals by a margin of at least 20%, if not more. Libs just aren't procreating like they could or should be. Many of you may be surprised at my support of abortion. Much of what I've said is satire, following in the tradition of Jonathan Swift to make a point. It was in 1792 that he wrote a modest proposal for preventing the children of poor people in Ireland from being a burden to their parents or country, and for making them beneficial to the public. And what was the proposal? Swift suggested that the impoverished Irish might ease their economic troubles by selling their children as food for rich gentlemen and ladies. He wrote his proposal to force the people of Ireland to look at the way they were treating the poor. Maybe it's time that we get pro-abortionists to look at the long-term implications of abortion. The black community should take a hard look, since there is a disproportionate percentage of black children being aborted, and yet blacks, for the most part, continue to support government officials who are pro-abortion. The Bible tells us, "Do not answer a fool according to his folly, or you will also be like him. Answer a fool as his folly deserves, that he not be wise in his own eyes."